Hi everyone, Elite Assassin here, and today I want to talk to you guys about my experience with the Battleborn beta. Now the footage you're going to be seeing here is from the PS4. I've actually been sitting on this since last Saturday, but I just haven't had the time to make the commentary. Now, I want to address a few things right off the bat. First off, give this beta a try. I'm someone who's been watching Battleborn for quite a while off and on, and was very excited for it when it was announced. But the news on it just kind of trickled here or there, and it wasn't really covered very much, to be honest. But after giving the beta a try, I went from kind of meh on the game to being actually pretty hyped for it. So, it's not for everybody, but I would definitely recommend that everyone gives it a shot just to see if maybe it is a game that you would be interested in. Secondly, this game is very different from Overwatch. I've seen a lot of people just comparing them just because looking at them at face value, they're both first-person shooters with heroes that have abilities. And people just immediately write off that they're the same kind of game. They are not. They are two completely different styles of game, and both deserve, you giving them a look at during, Overwatch's respective beta, and giving this one its own time. They're two different games. I'm not going to go into detail here. I might actually make a video explaining the difference between the two. But I just want to say they're not the same game. So if you don't like this game, you might still like Overwatch. If you don't like Overwatch, you still might like this game. So just want to make that pretty clear. Okay, so, where to begin? There's actually a lot of content in this beta. And for this video, I'm going to be primarily talking about the multiplayer, as I haven't touched the campaign side just yet. Really haven't had the extra time. So when you log into Battleborn and you go and look through the characters, you'll notice that you have about 5 or 6 unlocked out of the 25 heroes. This is something I didn't really expect. I didn't know that you'd have to unlock all the heroes, because from what I've seen of Overwatch, they're just all kind of there for you to play. And I'm not going to try to compare it that much. I'm just giving very, very small comparisons. But I was very, very shocked to see that you had to unlock these heroes. And it's done by a variety of ways. Usually there's a level you have to hit, or a secondary way to do it. Like winning 5 games as a rogue faction player, or killing X amount of heroes in matches, doing certain challenges, playing certain levels of the campaign. So it's very interesting that there's a lot of ways to unlock these heroes. And it'll keep it fresh that you're going to keep playing, you're going to be unlocking new heroes, trying them out, and everyone plays differently. So, the fact that you're going to be continually to unlock new characters to play, who all play differently, I think it's a very smart way to do it. Also, if you go to the characters, you'll be able to see individual stats with the character that you've used. Every character has their own rank, that as you play them, you will level up, which will unlock emotes, skins, and there's also things called lore challenges at the very back of the menu that are specific challenges that you have to meet to unlock little bits of story about the character. And I believe they also unlock some skins as well. So there's a lot to do and a lot of content to go for, which I really, really enjoy. The more there is to do, the longer you keep the community around, that's definitely the better. Like I said, every character plays differently. And there's also a screen here that I had no idea about. Again, maybe I haven't been paying much attention to this game. There's actually a loadout system in this game. And the way it works is you'll earn in-game points, and you'll use those to buy packs. And the packs will tell you there's a whole bunch of different kinds, and they will reward you with boosters, which can be skins for characters, or like I said, there's parts for loadouts, and these pieces are kind of like Borderlands equipment in a way. You'll get them and it'll say like plus, let's say, I'm trying to think of just an example. I can't remember the ones I got off the top of my head. Like, let's say there's like 5% damage increase, but 2% less health. A lot of them have drawbacks, which makes sense because some are a little more powerful. And they're just ways to customize your character, and to use these, you also have to collect a certain amount of shards in-game and activate them. So you don't get these benefits right off the get-go. You have to work for it in-game to have these be active. It does kind of suck that they're very random and they come from packs, so you might not get the abilities you want for the character you play, but you also have the ability to sell them. You have the ability to buy more slots in your inventory to hold more. So there's lots to do, lots to unlock, and it actually adds quite a variety of depth to the gameplay that I had no idea was going to be there. Now, moving on to the gameplay, the two modes that are present in the beta are Incursion and Meltdown. Now, both of these are very MOBA-esque, and that's really where this game, differs from other first-person shooters, is that if you're familiar with MOBA gameplay, you'll be a little bit familiar with this game. Like I said, there's 25 different characters, and each one of them can be seen in different roles. My favorite character, and the one that you're watching here, Orendi, is more of a mage type. And there's other ones, there's Wrath, who's more of like an assassin with swords, and so on and so forth. There's healers, there's support players. There's really a role for anybody. So even if you're not the most diehard or the best slayer in games, you might find a role in this game that you enjoy playing. So again, it's kind of unique out there with the general environment of first-person shooters these days. Now, Meltdown. Meltdown is a mode that I actually found myself enjoying quite a lot. What Meltdown is you have a stream of little bots that you're trying to lead into grinders. And when your robots go into the grinders, you get points. The first one to, I believe, 400 or 500 points wins. Sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head. And after you reach halfway, the grinders move back a little bit more into enemy territory. And both teams have stream of bots going out, and you're trying your best to prevent the enemy's bots from reaching the grinder they have to, while making sure yours make it there unscathed. So it makes a lot of heated battles, and again, a lot of focus is on the objective and not necessarily going against other players. Sure, it helps to kill other players, but your main priority here is to make sure your bots get there and their bots don't. Now, Meltdown is a little bit more of a classic MOBA mode. In the map I was playing, there was only a single lane, really, that you fought upon. You have your normal creep wave of minions that go out and who help take the shields down off of their sentry robots, and the idea is to destroy their 2 sentry bots. Once you do that, you win the game. On this mode, there's one interesting dynamic that a lot of people I don't think realize, and not on the teams I've played, obviously because my teammates I never went for them. But there's actually a neutral camp on the one side of the map that if you kill these creatures, they will come help your minion wave fight and attack their sentry. So there's a whole lot going on during these matches, and both game modes are very fun. I noticed Meltdown seemed to last a little bit longer than Incursion, which I had limited time, so that's why I was enjoying Meltdown a little more. But both of these are great, and I'll have little bits of both gameplay up in the background of this video. Now, when it comes to the actual gameplay and what you're doing during the matches, there are some similarities to both games. You'll notice that there are a bunch of shards on the ground, whether they be little tiny ones or bigger ones that you could break for more pieces. Like I said, these are used to not only use your loadout, abilities that you get that I talked about earlier, but you also use them to build turrets and healing things and movement increasers around the map that help defend your side of the map and help give you an edge. Let me tell you, I loved that heal thing because my character Orendi really didn't have her heal recharge or her health recharge. I noticed I was playing as Shane, her health started recharging over time, but Orendi's never really did. So I'm not sure if it's different by character basis, but those are very helpful if you're in a big fight and you need health. Instead of just lingering around and dying, you can go back, find these, upgrade them, and it not only helps yourself but helps your team out. And also, when you level up in this game, you will have a little tree that pops up. It's only a 2-part helix, gives you 2 options, though I've seen sometimes there'll be a 3rd option. I'm not sure how that's triggered. But you'll have options to kind of increase your skills, your damage output, your healing, or secondary effects to your abilities. So it's a really neat way to customize your character for your current match. It resets every match. So it kind of reminds me of Heroes of the Storm if you played it. How you level up, you get ability of, this move gets this ability. and stuff like that. After you reach level 5, you'll get your ultimate ability, so you don't have that right off the bat. But I think a lot of the abilities seem to be balanced fairly well. I did notice some characters are a little bit different than others. And like speaking of characters, I noticed I did gloss over one thing earlier. Every character has 3 kind of passive skills that they have, as well as 3 abilities that they'll have to use. They'll have 2 main abilities they'll start with, and like I said, an ultimate ability they will unlock level 5. And these abilities definitely will determine, and their passives, how the character plays and how you play that character. And I'll be honest, people who are watching this gameplay right now who know how to play Randy are yelling at me probably. Because I didn't realize her one ability, Nullify, I thought it was a quick moving like blast that she shoots as you get shot backwards, and didn't realize that it was kind of like a push. It's meant to be used to knock people away from you who are too close, or in the case of her challenges, you drop her pillar and push people back into it for more damage. So even after playing this character, and I got this gameplay pretty early on, both of these gameplays pretty early on, so I still wasn't 100% familiar with her, but she definitely ended up being one of my favorite characters in the game. Okay guys, I know it was a little bit all over the place and I apologize for that, but hopefully you guys were able to kind of get a good gist of how this game is, and overall I must say I have to recommend that you guys give this beta a shot. It was surprising to me and it was a lot of fun. Also, I'm going to probably have a little bit of an open lobby tonight, which it should be Friday the 15th, probably around 10 p.m. Eastern. I'll be on for like 2 hours or so. If anybody wants to play the Battleborn beta with me, around that time, send me a message, and I'll be glad to party up with some people, because this game definitely is also better played, I think, with a party. Alright guys, thank you so much as always for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.